On a cold, dark, and wintry day in northwest Pennsylvania, we see a forlorn Paul the Shoegazer, wandering eye wistfully staring out at the wintry eve, wondering what shall he do with his evening, live from Erie, Pennsylvania, but to show everybody in attendance some more robots for your feet, starring Paul the Shoegazer, and yet another experience and appearance of showing shoes that have been mailed in this fraught with wintry badness wonderland of conditions. Dangerous conditions to be delivering shoes for a man who has far too many shoes already. But here we are. It's robots for your feet here in Erie, Pennsylvania, with Paul the Shoegazer playing lounge music all the while. You know this has to happen in every episode of the show of Robots for Your Feet, with video of me in the background showing shoes from the P to the A to the S to the T. And now we shall commence with the program as usual for Robots for Your Feet. You putting a record on. The first track is called, not surprisingly, Foggy Day. And as before we play this, let us announce in living stereo from a miracle surface, this record contains the revolutionary new anti-static ingredient R317X, which hopes to keep the record dust-free. It helps prevent surface noise and helps ensure faithful sound reproduction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the soundtrack for today will be percussion from melody to madness, music to break any mood. And we need to break a mood, do we not? Do we need to not break a mood here? I see a mood that needs to be broken, and who better to break the mood than Dick Shorey in his new percussion ensemble. It's robots for your feet, and I'm the Paul Shoegazer. It's robots for your feet, along with me, and again, go on. And it's brought to you by the Golden Age. The Golden Age. The Golden Age brings to you Robots for Your Feet with Paul the Shoegazer and Bella Ace. It's Bella Ace, and producing the show it is the Bella Ace. She produces the program and checks those audio levels and monitors the comments and makes sure everything's connected to the internet. She's a good dog. Hey y'all, it's Robots for Your Feet. I'm Paul the Shoegazer, not to be confused with the Golden Age podcast, starring PJ Cody, whatever he wants to call himself. I am the host of the program, coming in live in effect from beautiful downtown Erie, Pennsylvania, having coffee.
And guess what happens with robots for your feet? On this program hosted by me, the both venerable and affable Paul the Shoegazer, in cooperation with Gigi and Domog, live out of Tokyo, Japan. And also the Golden Age is a sponsor. You can get one of these shirts, just holler at your boy. Woo! So, here in the Robots for Your Feet program, we're going to look at shoes. The reason we did a shoe episode today is because it's the end of the year, and it's because look at this weather. Good God Almighty. Let me just, I'm just going to turn around for a second. Turn around. Every now and then it gets a very blustery with wind. Snow and ice. Turn around. Every now and then you get frostbite for going out just to get your fucking mailbox. Turn around. Every now and then I see a Ford blown down the street from a blustering of blizzards gone by. You get the point. Who wants that garbage? It's nice and warm in here thanks to the radiant heaters, the radiant cast iron heaters here at the Golden Age's headquarters, aka the Gnarchives. So speaking of the Gnarchives, since I just did an episode of the Golden Age podcast and blew through all my skateboards, all the new ones, attained ones, we're doing a year-end kind of a wrap it up. Wrap it up, B. Wrap that shit up, yo. We gotta wrap that shit up. And the reason I wanted to do it today is because I got the shoes in the mail. I got my Christmas boots here in this weather. Why do I keep reminding you? Just look how terrible, just... And it's like you want to get a pair of Christmas, or not Christmas, but winter boots, and Christmas comes around, beginning winter, doesn't it? And so I did get me some boots previously. I'm sure you've seen them in previous episodes. We don't repeat boots, but repeat shoes, but maybe I'll show them to you. But they're Dr.Martens. I'm sure I've shown them to you in previous episodes. If not, I think just for the purposes of, transparency and to set up a provenance here, let's just grab these docs, bro, from the Gnarchives. You know the Gnarchives. You remember the Gnarchives. All right, so I'll just real quickly show you what we're looking at here. These are the Combs Tech. They're Doc Martens with the bouncing soles. They got the pull straps. These things originated in like 1960 for like police and postal workers. This has got kind of a military feel to it to me, like a cop's boot, but they're super comfortable. 11 fit like snugly, like perfectly. Probably should have got 11 and a half. But they got that contrast yellow stitching and the gummies. So whenever I go out in this snow and ice bullshit right here, in this goodness, aka badness, these are the only boots I wear when I actually want to try to get a grip. And plus I carry the dog because she pulls on the ice and then helps counterbalance me. And that's truth. All right, so there's one pair of shoes shown in the thing. And I also want to mention I did, get the box of right here. I'll show that to you soon. Let's keep some surprise going. But what's going to happen here in the Robots for Your Feet show is I'm going to quickly run through the sneakers I've already obtained. In the meantime, since the last episode, that's what kind of had the last episode up on my TV, just to illustrate that. What's next? And I have a few pairs, so I'll run through them quickly because I don't want this to turn into like a long affair. But we've got plenty of lounge music, and it's not like I'm going anywhere, so let's keep Robots for Your Feet roboting along. Hold on real quick, let's musical interlude. Sounds like Tom is chasing Jerry. Tom and Jerry. This is track 4. I'll remember April. I will remember April. Right now it's not April, it's December. And shit's pretty whack out here. I remember April. Later on, I don't want to think about April right now. I don't know the words to the song, so I'm just freestyling. I hope we get some snow again. Alright, back to the shoes. We promised we wouldn't get too distracted. So I'm going to just show you real quick. I'm going to set this phone down because I always do this. But first, I also want to put it on do not disturb because it's not professional, you know. And then now back. Notifications were paused because, you know, it's just tacky, isn't it, when you say? So speaking to make people dizzy, let's chill this out for a second here. I got a little magneto thing, you know, because I'm a disco DJ now. I have my little disco bounce back. Get her down, sit her down. Robots for the feet. Wacho! Adidas in the background. Converse is here. Let's converse about these Converses. This is all freestyle, remember. Just keep that in mind. Alright. First I'll show you the thing so you know what to... Whoop! No, I won't. So these are skate shoes. I wanted some skate shoes that were also kind of like wintry. That were also... I wanted some purple shoes too because maybe I want to do some purple with some jeans or whatever. So... here they are in their glory. I don't think I've shown these yet. Here they are. These are, I was waiting for a while for some match courts. These are obviously, well, we'll show you. Is it backwards again? Did we do this wrong? Yeah, we did this wrong. We're switching it. Switch. Alright, so. These are the match courts. Oh, I know, buddy. I know, friend. Match court. Oh, wait, no, sorry, match court. Fast break pro mid. Fast break pro mid. I was looking at a lot of these colorways, like trying to pull the trigger, but I saw these. They kind of have this winterized sort of Tinker Hatfield sort of thing. It's got Cordura, which I think is Toit. And eventually I'll skate in them. I like that they have black soles, dark soles, the Converse business. I like that kind of like peach highlights that sort of go with the laces and the little thing there. And I like the aglets say cons. I just said aglets. I know shoe terminology. Bing, 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 bing. And then gray, kind of gray black contrast soles. At some point I'll skate in these, and they consider these mid. They're pretty low in my opine, but let's give it a moment. Here is the shoe, and you should probably be able to skate in it. It's kind of like a dunk, but Con's equivalent of a dunk in the skate market. Alright, so that's enough of that. These shoes are for skating, alright? And I enjoyed them. Now that the song has changed, we can do the next shoe. Look at the timing. This song's called Tortilla. This song's called Tortilla. That's okay. Tortilla is a good name for this. I like that it's called Tortilla. I don't know why I'm talking in this accent, man. It's super racist, man. I should stop doing this. It is red like a chile. Okay, stop. We're stopping. Alright, I like the tortillas plain because these have a Southwest spice to them. And people eat tortillas in the Southwest, don't they? Of course. You like that segue? I'm very happy with that segue with the song Tortilla in a red box that is called, the sneaker style is called Sedona, and I feel like it has Southwest flavor and it matches really good with this song. Stop talking like that. Alright, so if you need a second to grab some tortillas and stuff, let me know. Some guac or whatever. Anyway, coming in is the Sedona in size 11.5 from Clearweather. And Clearweather has a clear rubber band on here. We can do an extra thing. It's like the stuff that was hanging off the guy's ear, and there's something about Mary. I'm gonna take that in your review, Clearweather. But they have good packaging. I like it. Guys, check it out. We are less corporate and more independent, bro. So like, yeah, we're made like in LA by Mexican people. It's awesome. But let's do this. All right, the Sedona coming in. What? Some might ask, what are those? Some might ask, what are those? Let's do a little bit of focusing. What are those? You could say these are my winter boots, but I got them a couple of months ago. So they aren't my winter boots, but these are the Sedonas. They got this cool kind of a fuzzy leather thing going on. Let's set these down. Yeah, they're boots. Okay. I like almost forgot about these. I had these. They're cool with they got the Vibram boot business. Vibrams. Okay, and they definitely have a boot profile to them. I think I waited on, and you know, I pulled the trigger on these a little while, almost too late, but I'm trying to find some good lighting for them because this is kind of yellow. Let's go in here. Let's move with the shoes for a mother background. Okay, so let's set them in the window here. Put some boots with a wintry background. Ink your boots with a wintry background. Okay, so they're boots. They're made by Clearweather, American company. Let's get some focus. Orientation, bro. Get disoriented. So there's features, little pull tags. It's got like a little fold over thing in the back. I feel like these are some sneakers you'd wear to like a party where you're wearing kind of like a gray suit or whatever, and you want to wear some boots that are not boots but sneakers. They're sneaker boots, sneaker pimps. 90s with garbage. You probably played with garbage. It says Clearweather under there. See that? This side still got fold over business. And yeah. These are the boots that I forgot I had, Bella. They're 11 and a half, I believe. And they fit perfectly. They seem comfortable. They're not too ventilated, but it's very soft. The type of suede, whether it's faux or not, I couldn't say, but I'm a fan of these sneakers. We'll give you one final look at those. They got some kind of a booty tread too, so yeah, they're boots. Those boots are made for walking around, and I'm going to put these away here real quick, and we'll move along. Bum, 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 bum. Lovingly replacing in the tissue paper, folding over at 3, 6, and 12. Boxing, and putting the little ear jizz back on here. Bing, 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 ding, bing. There's something about Mary. And that was perfect timing because now it's time to flip the record over. We're flipping the record over at this time like a bing, bing boss. And watch this. It's perfect timing because I'm all out of shoes. Oh, you know, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you some of my recent gets, including what's on my feet. So let's do this. We got more shoes in this episode than you thought. So let's look at my feet. There we go. A recent get from Aftermarket Resource is the Janoskis. I guess these are the moccasin, right? Or they're the Air Max. Janoski. I guess they're a mid, right? You know who Stefan Janoski is. Northern California's finest. This is a great profile. Let's give it a moment for the algorithm. They're Max, so they got the cool Max sole to them. And it's not exactly the best lighting. Anyway, here's some good natural lighting we put on them. You got the Air Max pocket. And you can have the best in the luxuries any housewife could have with a Worcestershire refrigerator on sale for $199. Alright, so that's what's on my feet. That's what's on my feet or on my foot. Let's kick off my shoes and have some fun. Alright, we're moving along now. Speaking of Stefan Janoski, let me show you the other Janoskis I have, because I guess I like the Maxes, bro. I like to max out on the Maxes. Here's another. These are like more like tennis Janoskis, huh? Aren't they? The Janoskis, kind of a fly. I don't know what that material is. I used to remember what it was. The Janoski label. Fly something. Fly off the handle. They're super light, these ones. They got a nice like darker colored, kind of to match the kind of teal underneath. These are slip-on style and like really comfortable. Super light too. Like if I want to run down and check the mail, these are great. Moment for the algorithm. So these are nice Janoskis. If you have like a casual lunch date with a chick, you slide these on, you don't look like you're trying too hard. You know I'm screaming? Alright, so speaking of which, we're almost done here. Got a few more to show you. Sure you haven't seen these yet. Oh bro. If you're here for an air pocket, you just struck gold. These are the Air Max 2090s. So instead of 2010, they went, let's go 2090. Let's go, yeah. Let's go 80 years into the future. So let's give this a second to marinate in your brain. Give that a moment. Look at that air pocket. Oh, whoa. I need to give just a second here. Let this thing marinate. That's just kind of killer. When you wear these, you kind of feel like 4 inches taller. You see the air in there. It's meant to be a future shoe, and if you know me, I'm a future guy, and I'm all about robots for your feet and things that look futuristic. That kind of reminds me of the silhouette of the Xavier skate shoe. That's a great silhouette. The Air Max 2090 with a snowy background. You can see right through them. Look at that. So I enjoy these as another kind of casual. Let's drive to Taco Bell in these. I go to T-Bell in the Air Max 2090s. The pull straps are mighty convenient. I think every shoe should have these little pull straps required of you. All right, 1 second for the algorithm. Like YouTube will do like my still frames or my thumbnails based on that, right? All right, moving along. All right, so let me show you some of my bangers before we move on to the big prize. I never had any J1s in my life. Never had any J1s in my life. Never had a single pair of J1s until recently. I wanted all white ones because I wanted to be ironic. I wanted the irony of all white J's because like that's the reason they didn't like J's, because they weren't white. So they're mids, and they're just obviously MJs play with anything but mid. So the irony of the shoe is probably what makes me the happiest. They're just J1s. I don't need to spend any time talking to you about them, but I will never wear AF ones. I'm not an Air Force One guy, and I'm not an Air Max 95 guy. And don't attack me in the comments, please. But J1s, J's, I'll do J's, but I just don't like Maxes. And yeah, certain shoes. Speaking of J's, these are my favorite J's and the ones that probably get me the most love. And once you see them, you'll know why. Here they are. Yes, these are the famous Winterized, the Tinker Hatfields that he designed. Please enjoy these J's. Is this your favorite J? Is this your favorite year of J? Do you like J1, J2, J3, J4, J5? Where are you in the J world? Is this your favorite J? The classic colorway. The Tinkers. Tinker, you stinker. Anyhow, there's that. I'm glad you could enjoy looking at these. Here's some people's favorite J's. When I was recently filming a minor league baseball game, one of the opposing players was like, "Yeah, that's the Heat." I'm like, "Yes, sir. That is the Heat." Ooh, good lighting on this one. For the algorithm. For the algorithm, check out these Tinker Tinkers. JJ. Okay, that's it. We're all caught up on sneakers. We are all caught up on sneakers. And I am a perspiring mofo. Good golly. Look at all this physical action while I'm over here foretelling the future of sneaker fashion with my selections as Robots for Your Feet, hosted by me, your affable and venerable host who is sponsored by the Golden Age. This program is underwritten by the Golden Age. I must resume my show. Something happened, yo, yo, yo. This is the Golden Age. Represents, and it will engage anyone who wants to check for the efficacy of the Golden Age. We do this every day, every single day. This is the Golden Age. All right. We are done horsing around here. I thought I lost the feed for a second, so sorry if I was confused. But let's get one more look outside and just catch our breath before we go into the finals. Listen to the music in the background. Tell me it's not perfect. Oh. It's a show, it is a show, and it's called Robots for Your Feet. You watch it with delay every time it hits the YouTube feed. And Paul the Shoegazer has shoes that you've never ever seen. Most people, when they see him on the street, say that your shoes have the heat. Or they might say, "What are those?" They might say, "What are those?" when they see them on my feet. They might wonder, what are those, when they see me stomping down the street. But I've got these boots on that are different from everyone I see. And I don't know how grippy they might be, but I know I'm going to be the only one in ERIE wearing them. Look at this cute puppy. I want to zoom in on this. This is cute. Zooming in. No stalk. We're just going to watch these people with a dog. People with a little dog, and even though it's snowy as shit, they're still stomping around, not caring one little bit. Alright, anyway, you get it. Alright, we're going to no further ado any longer. So, I'm going to grab the box. And this is the box with the shoes. We are gonna do what we are supposed to do and carry it into the other room. I'm on TV. Those are my, ooh, knives. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna set the camera up on a tripod because, you know, I'm gonna need a good angle. But you know what? But first, I'm going to get busy. I'm gonna grab another record. I'm delaying this unnecessarily because we only have a couple songs left. Let's get one more record. Let's find one more record. What do we need? What do we need? We're in the Lounge Exotica category. Okay. Taboo, we already used that one. Faraway Places, did that one. Percussion, Persuasive Percussion. Ooh, this is too good. I think we did it before. Prerogative Piano, did that one. Nero, Folk. Ooh, you know what? Maybe let's go jazz. Maybe we should do jazz. Oh, come on, fucking record. All right. Burt Bacharach, that's a new one. Maybe we should do him. Born to get busy. Born to get busy, baby. All right, we got Burt Bacharach as our Burt backup. Burt Bacharach backup. Backup Bacharach. All right, we're going to go to Bacharach because we only got a few tracks left. Then we're going to go back to the Bacharach. What you think about that? All right. With no further ado. All right, let me switch this up. I'm opening it now. Relax. Born to unbox things. Born to unbox things, baby. Born to unbox things. Born to unbox things, baby. I'll give you a clue, okay? Small clue. What are you singing about, Bella? Want to see what I got, Bella? All right, time for Burt Bacharach for the unveiling. Time to get Burt Bacharach on the track. Oh, this is the wrong record. Hold on. All right, we're gonna sub out Persuasive Percussion instead. Persuasive Percussion. It's going to be the one for this. I'm sorry if I say it was made in America. It's made in the People's Republic of China. Size 11, duck boot lows. It's a mighty big shoebox. Might be the biggest shoebox I've ever seen. Let's look at the couch for perspective. That's a regular size couch. Oh look, here's the Adidas. These are probably the boatiest, robotiest, chunkiest shoes I ever got. Out of all my shoes, those are the chunkiest. I'm glad they showed up on the screen at this time because these ones probably will take the cake as chunkiest. Hold on, sorry to overhype this, but these will go down in history as the chunkiest, bootiest, robotiest. Can't top them if you tried. Even those ones right there. The chunkiest, fattest, daddest, roboist, moon Buddhist. All of the aesthetic principles with robots for your feet, hosted by me, Paul the Shoegazer, will be fulfilled right here. So let's set the camera down here, and then let's have a look. Oh, I can't do that. Are you guys ready? I'm trying to get some direct lighting and me not sweat on it. What are those? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a miniature. Okay, this is great. It comes with a miniature. All right, before we even get into this, hang on. It's a miniature. Oh my God. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bro, get out of here. The keychain. It's a giant keychain. Like, how am I gonna even... Oh my God. Okay, it's a giant keychain. It's like the size of my hand. Hold it still. I mean, it's huge. And I guess I can use it for my keys. And if I get, fall off a boat, hopefully it floats. Anyway, here's the main attraction. Let's set those down. What are those? What are those? What are those? What are those? Nope. What are those? Hold on. They're the duck boot lows. They're the ones, not the highs, they're the lows. The duck boot lows. That's the sole. They're the duck boot lows. They have laces, not like the duck boot highs. They're not yellow like the duck boot highs. Let's do a little reverse angle. That's fine. Don't mind if it's reverse. Let's get some good lighting here. You sweaty, PJ? You're sweaty, Paul the Shoegazer. What the fuck are those? What are those? What are those? How do I get the right lighting in this piece? I'm not an expert. Let's go get some natural light. Come on, new shoes. Let's go get some natural light. Good God. Flip the script. All right. For the algorithm. Look how big they are. I mean, you got to compare these to like other shoes. It's like my car, my ZDX, right? My ZDX, when you compare it, it doesn't look too crazy, but then when you park it next to like a Honda Accord, bro, it's got a tongue right there, size 11. Hot off the presses. I need to compare this to something else. Go get a regular shoe. Go get a regular shoe. Go find her. Yeah, compare it to these J's. That's a good unit of measurement. These J's. Let's put them right next to these J's. These are the J's, and these are honking. She's like, hi guys. These are honking. So big honking sneakers. Yeah, I got them. Got them. That's what the other one looks like. It's the DuckBoot Low. They're ridiculous. And I won't disappoint anybody. I'm probably not going to put them on or wear them immediately. I'm going to admire them briefly. Plenty of time. Well, they're redonkulous. You expect nothing less of me. It's PJ Cody, aka Paul the Shoegazer, here on A Robots for Your Feet. Can't say a ton of about these other than they look like a inflated cartoon version of a duck boot. They're obnoxious. They're giant. They're chunky. They're moon boots. They're space boots. They're space coast to coast. They're absolutely my steez. If you know me's, then you know it's vegan leather. It's probably grippy enough for the snow. I don't think they're really made to be all-weather boots, as more as like fashioning. But we'll go fashion with them. I think they'll look nice with some pants that are like, pegged at the bottom, like some kind of a jogger with cargo short. I'm gonna get some cargo joggers to go with these. And I'll let you know what's next. Maybe I should bite the bullet and at least stick a foot in. Shout out to my favorite sneakers in my whole collection from the last episode, the Space Kicks. Those are some sexy sneakers, but they're still probably my favorite because look at their shape. They're like a mech. But look here now. Look who's in town. Kind of might make me like chubby girls now walking around in these sneakers. But wherever I show up next, whether it's a rap show or comedy, when I'm rocking these, I'm sure to be the laughing stock, the envy of everybody involved. So let's do a final thing, okay? Final thing. Two of them. And they fit. Unbelievable. Good gracious God Almighty. Okay, you've outdone yourself now, Paul the Shoegazer. You've sure outdone yourself now, Paul the Shoegazer. One more look at these beautiful beasts here. I done sweated through that Gigindo Mog hat, but I'm back with another one. I got my duck boots and they fit just right for my follies. Tonight, maybe I'll go have a beer and see who stares at me here and who stares at me there. Yes, sir, and Mrs. My name's Paul Shoegazer. I think I'm probably all out of shoe talk because, you know, by golly, I'm all out of shoes. So we're done shoeing. Except for this little dinky shoe. We're going to bing, bing, bing with a little small shoe. And bing, bing with a tiny bing, bing, bing. Look at my new hood-ass keychain. It's got attachments. It says Factory Lab. And it's got a little miniature. Can you believe that? Crazy, right? Thank you so much to Factory Lab. I'm going to tag all this stuff because, I mean, how many of those even got unboxed yet? And maybe you guys will promote me or something in my little show, Robots for Your Feet. Shout out to Factory Lab for delivering that. And well, not letting me, just, you know, I reviewed it. I didn't get there okay. And I'm going to sign off. I don't know what else to say. I'm all shoot out, and it's the end of the year. And good golly, it's still... It's still doing that, so we are going to wrap things up. It's been, good golly, 49 minutes of Robots for Your Feet. This was season 2, episode 6, whereupon we looked at sneakers. Remember the last episode? That was my prize at the end. That was the unboxing at the end. We got us some Jordan 4 RMs, which I put red laces on. I put red laces on those. They were red round laces from the Yeezy 380s, and that really set it off nicely. So I was hyped on that. And I guess we're just going to wrap things up here for Robots for Your Feet. My name is Paul the Shoegazer. Throw a comment, throw a like, throw a subscribe. Tell me what you thought of your duck boots. Just as a final comment, you know, I know I was, you know, a lot of people like the yellow duck boots or the different colored solid duck boots, but that just wasn't my steez. And to do a duck boot, that was a duck boot, that was a duck boot. And that it was the low I just thought that was like perfectly encapsulated my steez, because that's a pod, and we like our little, you know, moon boots here on the show. So until then, my name's Paul Shoegazer, aka PJ Cody. Catch me doing comedy, catch me rapping, DJing, looking at shoes, wearing shoes. Usually always have shoes on, when out in public at least. And that was my boots episode on my holiday unboxing for the factory lab, the duck boot lows in Chestnut. So much love from the Martian landscape. Robots for your feet. Signing off. And we'll catch you on the next episode, bro.